Okay, we might as well start. Everybody hear me? Is this working? Hello, hello. Somebody say something. Okay. All right, Eric. Okay, what do you mean Betty needs some love and care? She gets lots and lots of that. Don't all RVs need lots of love and care? Thinking about selling Betty. Yeah, where do we want to start? What do we got? Some topics. Well, let's see. Bella hasn't been in the last couple of videos, so I got some static about that. There was the panda trip. That was an adventure. And what about Betty? Bubba, and Eric, and Dana, Gary, Beverly, Patricia, Rhonda, Ron, Leah. Hello, everybody. Kevin C. Wandering Wild Woman. Hey, hello. Good evening, everybody. From a casino parking lot next to a gas station behind an interstate and a railroad. So we get a little bit of noise tonight. It could happen. All right, four wheel camper. Hello, and Cindy and Road to Nowhere. Danny, everybody. Rhonda's from Pittsburgh. That's my neck of the woods. Wow, over 100 already. Really? Oh, 151 people already. All right, what do y'all want to talk about? Where do we start? Excuse me. I should have been all refreshed already. Craig Tarbuck's made it from Mississippi. All right. Anybody wants to a new road trip? Baba, wow. Thank you. Thank you. You know what? I have decided, I said in a couple of videos ago, sticker sales, Patreon money, any of this live stream money, it's all going into a fund for a new RV. That's where it's going. We'll pay the bills on just regular money I make, and all this extra stuff, support for the channel, is all going into a new savings for a new RV. Hey, Kaylee. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is going to get going fast really quick, isn't it? Why does Betty think about this fun? What does Betty think about? Betty, you know what? Here's the thing. Betty is kind of worthless, is not worth very much if I just run her into the ground. And the amount of miles I put on in a year, if I got another 3 years out of her, 4 years, she's going to be getting really tired at that point. And, do I want to start having engine, problems, transmission problems, other issues going on? She has 72,000 miles on it now. That's still a lot of life for somebody that just wants to do, weekend trips in their region, or maybe an occasional trip around their region. Could get years out. Could get 10 years out of Betty if where she's at now. If I run her into the ground, she's not going to be much good for maybe going to your local campground and keep your fingers crossed sort of thing. So I would rather sell her while she's got a lot of life left in her and she's still worth some money with that kind of life left in her than, anybody see, I've seen a bounder identical to Betty on Craigslist, $4,000. She's got miles on it and it's been sitting a long time, and you get what you pay for. It would take a lot to get it up and running and make it roadworthy again. Betty is roadworthy. She's ready to go right now. Where are we at? Obviously, right? I run all over the place. I think downsizing. Yes. I want to go back to mid-size Class C. 24, 5, 6 feet. Yes, Ron. That's if you've been with the channel for a while, you remember my last RV, the Tioga. That was just a perfect size. It was big enough that had some extras, some extra room, some extra seating and comfort, without being, a big long 30-footer. I looked at a 30-foot today. That'll be in the next video, I think. I don't want to spoil it. But just window shopping, and that's a longer chassis, and I just don't. That's only 4 feet shorter than Betty, so 26 is about right for me. Let me back up here a little bit. RV, Carla. Oh, Carla, hello. Yeah. gosh, I love um uh, excuse me for mumbling my words. I wanted to back up to something I saw here. Give me a second, maybe I can find it. The road trip. I got the sticker this past week. A good Matt came out. You got your sticker. No, I'm not buying a home. Yeah, there it is. Panda trip. How stressful was that? You know, that's the kind of stuff that makes you feel alive. You know, taking chances, some risk, and just trying to play it smart. It all went well in the end, and it was good for the channel. Some of you noticed that. So a lot of views, a lot of new subscribers. So, and it was fun. And it was just it's crazy, but it was fun. Thank you, Rhonda. Thanks, Bubba. It was a great adventure. Oh, if you only knew. Um, no, I don't think I hit it. I was out front with everything that happened. There was nothing crazy, and Audrey had it all covered. Um, Worst case scenario, you know, that oil pump deal that when that went out, that was I was, it could be all over right here and now. In worst case, there were no valuables in Panda. Audrey had moved out completely out of it, so one option was just to find a storage lot in that local area for the winter and just go to a rental car place and get another rental car and just drive back in it and say, hey, we failed. Um, so it could have only gone so bad. Dang, cold in here in Ohio. Let me see. Let me back up a little bit. Love your show. What's next? What's next is I'm not ready to be down in the usual spot in Arizona yet. The weather's still nice in a lot of areas. There's a lot of that I haven't seen and done out in this part of the country. So I'm out on a road trip. I'm likely going to end up in the Death Valley area. That's the way we're headed. Uh, and I've found a number of things along the way I want to do that's I think y'all will enjoy as well. This morning I saw a video when you first met. Oh, you should tell us more about it. I'll try to do this really quickly. Um, it was my first year out the road. I decided I watched a lot of YouTube one winter. I got this idea in my head. I wanted to go out RV. I had a travel trailer. I'm like, I didn't want to go back to the house where it cost me how much money, how much work, the lawn, the sweeping the porch. It cost me how much to do that. I liked life in my travel trailer. Life was simple. I had everything I needed. It's like my first apartment. Didn't have a lot, but I had everything I needed, and I liked it. And that's why I wanted to go. I watched a lot of YouTube that winter. I got my RV, and I had it out. I'll make it short. I went out and I watched. My favorite YouTubers were Eric. You're the first one I found, I guess. Aja, Caravan Carolyn, um, Campervan Kevin, and oddly enough, I went out to Ehrenberg and I met all four of my favorite YouTubers my first time out. How crazy! What's the chances of that happening? So that was pretty cool. Yeah, what's the chances just being some guy from Pennsylvania decides to, hey, maybe I'll give this YouTube thing a try, you know? Margie, oh, I see Margie. Sorry, Margie, I meant to say hi. I seen you in here somewhere. Tell Jeff I said hello. Thank you, Janice. Randy. Mm-hmm. Okay, what's Sissy's journey? Maybe we'll see you. Maybe we'll see you. Probably from watching videos, all the usual spots, but plans change with the wind, so you never know when and where it can be uh, odd at times. Bella, uh, Bella, come here. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There she is. Who's there? There's somebody out there. What? Who's there? What? Who's out? Somebody's over at the gas station getting gas. I know, right? Okay. All right. Where are we at, Bella? From New Zealand. Hello, Alan from New Zealand. Thank you, Randy Pierce. Bella, everybody loves Bella. Bella's such a good girl. Uh, she's on mask watch. Generator issue. Retro RV, good. I'm glad you was able to figure out your generator issue from one of the many ramblings I've had about my generator. If there's a lockdown again. The lockdown thing. I don't know if I want to talk about that. Recently here, I guess yesterday, some of the comments in the last video, the lockdown thing. You know what? People have a funny way about switching the words around. I've watched, y'all know I'm headed for California, right? And I'm in Nevada right now. I've read in some news articles and watched local TV stations over in California. The only thing I can see is that they are suggesting, recommending the self-quarantines, particularly, with the upcoming holiday, people going on a holiday and coming back to the state, they self-quarantine. That's as much as I can get out of the local news channels. The one particular over towards Los Angeles, there's no mention of lockdown. Somehow we say, "Oh, lockdown coming! Lockdown is going to be required." No, the practices are suggested and recommended. Nothing I see is required. So we have a funny way of switching the words around to sound it. Like I won't be able to come back. One comment was, if I go to California, I'll be stuck there for 14 days. I won't be able to come back. Are they really going to block the roads and not let me through to leave California? Really? All right. I know I missed a lot of comments here. Wait a minute. Heads up, Dave. Google moderators are deleting random comments. What? In here? Or in general? There's no Google moderators. Let me try to catch up here a little bit. Dave can fix anything, I swear. That's... wait a minute. Favorite episode when Bella made friends with the cows. Yeah. That was interesting. Baba, the generator is working out fantastic. That installing the cooling fans and everything is great. I got the Champion 3500 RV ready generator. It's quiet. It runs about 2 decibels louder than the Honda. So Champion's been really good. I have the remote starter fob, so if I want to run the microwave or something, it's up on a counter. It's by my coffee pot. I push a button, it starts. I make my coffee, push a button, it shuts off. It works just like I planned it on. It has worked out fantastic. So, hello, little Sasquatch from Kansas City. C.R. Boger cult leader. No. There's not and hasn't been. And so let's just Yeah, don't be getting inappropriate here and ongoing. Well, there hasn't been a going, let alone ongoing. So, such thing as friends, you know. All right, get out of here. Okay, Royal Radio, where are we at here? Dave, did you pick up many new subs with your Panda series? I did. About over about 3,000 subscribers. Wow. I was set to, I was at 9,900 and, I was almost at 10,000 subscribers finally. Then we did the Panda trip. Next thing you know, I got 14. So I was already hitting 10, and that was a study, a weekly. I knew about where I'd be, and then by the time I got back, taking that into account, three something, 3,500 probably. You recover from? I have, Rick. I have recovered from that. I really just needed a full day just to decompress and unwind, and from that, and I was ready for the next thing. Hello, Gary from Oregon. Thank you, Patty. David and Eric should have a Christmas light challenge. I was going to call Eric out on his Christmas light thing at Audrey's property, that he twisted my arm and talked me into putting my Christmas lights up. Eric, my Christmas lights there when you were still in Ely, okay? I don't know if Eric's even still here. Eric's still here. He seen my I have my Christmas lights out. He says, "Oh man, I gotta get mine out." So whose idea was it? Excuse me. Thank you, case closed. I don't know about that though. My fix it videos. Thank you, Wandering Wild Woman. I've never been through a plan to come up to northern Wisconsin. I don't know. I really liked Wisconsin when I came through last year, but it was just a pass through. I may do the circle in reverse order this summer coming, and maybe spend some more time there. No, it's changed. It's not a COVID cough. No, I don't think. Okay. Make a base somewhere. No, Leah, I don't. If I make a home base, it will not be in that area. Simply because if I just want to boondock or hang out for a while, I have friends that have property there, and I've been invited anytime I want. So no need to buy there. I'd probably buy in a different area and extend that invitation in return. That if you're in this area, you can come to my property. So if and when I do, it won't be in the Williams area. 500. What is there? Almost 500 people watching. Wow. Okay, and I got to keep track of the time here. We've been only 20 minutes really. Any places in Utah that I like? I need to get back to Utah, around the Zion National Park. The places with all the red rock formation. I want to see and explore more of that. The whole Monument Valley, I just buzzed through there. That was kind of a bucket list item that I'd always wanted to do, and I did it. I kind of did it quickly, but that's one of those things like America's Loneliest Highway. When you're traveling by yourself, and that was really Monument Valley is a really Peg. Thank you. I felt bad for you when the pie shop was next price on me. Thank you, Peg. Although I'll buy my own pie. I said any monies from stickers, Patreon, and live chats going in a special savings for my new RV. But I appreciate the gesture. But that's what's going to happen to that. Where was I? Yeah, Monument Valley. I was more in the middle of nowhere. I looked ahead. I knew it was, but when I'm out for so long in a really desolate place, sometimes I say I need just going to keep on moving until I can see some civilization again. I enjoy it for a bit, but but there's a mix. All right, where am I at? Hello, Sherry. Uh, you cried for me. Patty, did you cry because I didn't get pie? I almost cried. Okay. When you invest in a new rig. Cindy, I'm planning ahead. I thought about it this when I got back up to Pennsylvania uh, this past spring, and if it was something I could really manage and pull off during the summer while I was up there, um, and I just knew I couldn't pull it off that fast. So I'm just trying to plan ahead uh, and start setting some down payment money. Just get it on better footing so that maybe this tail end of winter, spring, I'm going to start looking a little more seriously and putting funds together. Yeah, I have some other funds and money. I'm going to just start building a jar and see if I can pull something off and just be in a better position to do that. Dale, thank you. Dale Fracker, thank you. Thank you very much. That's more to the RV fund. Did you travel much before YouTube? I did. I started this. I wish I would have started my YouTube channel much sooner. I would take day trips on my motorcycles for 4 years, and I'll take them pictures and share them on Facebook, so on other social media. So, and I'd have a kind of a small following on Facebook, but people knew I was just out and about doing things and very picturesque or historic places. So that's been going on for a while. Now I got my travel trailer, and when I decided I wanted to start doing that full time, then I started looking on YouTube, and I said, "Oh, there's other people out there already doing it." So that's when I found the other YouTuber channels. And um, can I answer that? Right, what would you look for? Older, newer? What class AC? I'd like to find a mid-size Class C, 25, 6, 27 foot. Um, Not too old. I want an E450 chassis with the Triton V10 engine in it. So it can be one of the little bit older generations, but not too old. It needs to be in that era forward. Okay. When I drove in Pittsburgh, when I drove Betty down through Pittsburgh through the Fort Pitt tunnels, or was that Squirrel Hill tunnels, across the bridge, the Killer Bridge. That was nerve wracking. Do you ever get tired of the no bad life? Yeah, sometimes there's days. Sometimes think about it, Jay. Options on military tents. I don't know, Barbara. I'm done. Uh, Hang on here. And thank you, Dana, for taking care of a political post. Let's keep politics out of it, please. Where was I? Tents in general. My tenting days are over, so my opinion is no way. When my boys were younger or whatever, we used to go tenting when, of course, I was a lot younger then too. But I'm done tenting. I'm done packing, and then you go out and then all the unpacking and putting stuff away. I just want it in one place and turn the key. It's all ready to go. There's no more tenting for me. I think have to be the right set of circumstances. I don't know, Bubba. There's the third generation V10 Triton now. Every generation they went from 3 valve to 4 valve. I don't think they make them less powerful. I think you'd really have to look those each generation V10 up. I know there's 3 generations. I don't know if there's a 4th. You have to really look at the horsepower and torque specs on each generation. Do a series of old trains running in the U.S. I went on one above the Teos between New Mexico and Colorado. That's not the Silverton Durango, is it? That is supposed to be a crazy kind of scary almost on a cliffside railroad that I hope to visit someday. A series of them. I do have a number of old train videos. I should put them in a playlist. I have covered, I don't know, 6, 8, 10. There's got to be that many train videos because I really love that stuff. I know I do them whenever I come across them. And there might be another short one soon. What's the best type of rig for going up those high mountains? A great big giant powerful one. I don't know. They're one that has plenty of power for and plenty of engine for the size of the rig, and the rig's not overloaded. It's not loaded heavy. They're all kind of proportionate. They have decent size engines for what they are. Probably the biggest thing is not to load them too heavy. I am the engine builder for Moby. I don't know who Moby is, Richard, but Sherry, Betty would hate to. You'd hate to see her retired. If I sell her while she still has a lot of life left in her, and she goes into a less full time position, maybe weekend trips, an occasional trip here and there, she's going to be around a lot longer. I think she wouldn't mind going into semi retirement. No, Sky Pilots. I have never lived in. Oh, I did live in central Pennsylvania, not near Harrisburg, near Bellefonte and State College, in my much younger years, like late teens. But I don't know if I'll ever pull a vehicle or not. I'd probably I'd probably pull a trailer before I pull a drivable vehicle. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the Honda Element, Barbara. Thank you. Is it Deweese? Deweese? Or Deweese? Anyway, thank you. Thank you. Yes, Shirley. Uh, Sandy, you looking for a wife? Is that what you saying? Am I looking for? No, I'm not looking real hard. I'll tell you. But sometimes I keep an eye open. You never know. I don't know, Bill, if I'll ever make an Alaska trip. Keely, any idea what I'll sell Betty for? Well, like I said, Betty still has a lot of life in her. She has 72,000 miles on it. She's probably good for that much more again if she's taken care of and fluids changed and well maintained. So, NADA, if you go to NADA RV values and look up 1990 Fleetwood Bounder 34C, the blue book or the NADA value is 10.3 on Betty, and on this in average condition. I'd like to think that Betty is at least in average condition, if not better. So I would at least want that. I have to consider what I have into her with a fresh generator install, although it's custom install, and what if somebody in the solar, or if somebody want that included, I'd have to think about that. So I would want at least that. Let's see, where at. Oh, how far behind in comments am I? So, okay, I just got caught up. Have you been married? I was married for 9 years and 11 months. Had two boys. I'm not in California. I'm in Nevada, Jeff. Here's just Brenda. Brenda, your ears just sparked up. I hope this isn't going in a direction I don't want it to go. Let's change the subject, maybe. Uh, where are we at here? No, my sons do not visit me on the road. I see them when I go back, and it was really nice when I was back in Pennsylvania this summer. Got to hang out and spend some time and both visiting and phone calls and textings. We have a lot of communication, so I did it. I enjoyed that. I know I'm missing a lot here. Yeah, Dandy Dan, I know how that works. But when it comes down to it, the market, you know, it's a class A with a lot of life left in it, and as opposed to going buying some junk that's been sitting around, that needs a lot of money to bring it up to speed, get it ready or road worthy, or going out and a brand new boundary goes for like $200,000. I think the last I looked last year was 190, 198. So, and a lot of people are done after 2 or 3 or 4 years. The rig's sitting around, not getting used so much. It sounded like a good idea at the time, and how upside down you are on even a good used. Buy a 10-year-old, you're still that's big money. You're still gonna be upside down. This is priced low enough that somebody could actually pay cash for it, and it's a done deal. You own it, no payments, and if you change your mind in 3 or 4 or 5 years, you didn't lose all that money. So there's arguments to be made why an older RV that's in good condition is a good value, right? Jim, that might be being a little optimistic. 20,000, whatever they have done there. No, you really can't go outside of market value by much. You know, maybe 12, 13 ish, maybe not 20. Planning to go to your sister's home soon in Florida. No, I don't know what's going on. How this year's going to go. I don't know that I'm going to go when this winter season is over. Instead of going across the south back to, I generally go back over towards the Gulf states in Florida, but I might go reverse order and go back up and go through Colorado, Wyoming, and visit more of that part, then back across the top of the country instead of the bottom of the country. Bob G, I don't know how to pronounce that. I've tried and people have called me out on it. I'll try. Schenectady, New York. That's how I pronounce it until some local corrects me in person. I'll never know. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's 360. I have a bus for sale. Yeah, Michelle has a bus for sale. So, hello, Michelle. Didn't see it come in here. I probably missed some other people too. Oh, maybe 570 people in here. Man, I'm just rambling and getting dry mouthed. Somebody else take a turn. Hard case. Schenectady. Is that better? Yeah, Jim Brooks. Yeah, that one, that Class C, the one that Aja bought, that's 27. That's 27 foot, and that fits. That's kind of my limit. I figure 25 at least, 26, 27. I think as we get 26, 27, they really are starting to get plenty of room and amenities. But start going past that 28. I forget where 28 or 29. All of a sudden, they they throw those on the longer wheelbase chassis, so you lose a little bit of maneuverability there and more overhang with the tail that you drag, and that's just the bigger RV. So the biggest I think on that mid-size wheelbase is 27ish. I think 28 maybe. So that would be the ideal size that I like, and it's also on the E450, the heavier E450, not 350 chassis. And of course, they all have the V10s, all the Fords. Hello, Rick from Maine. I haven't been up to New England since I was up in my travel trailer in 2016 and got lobster in Kittery, Maine. I'd rather not have a slide. There's tracks, there's seals, there's things that go bad. I'd rather not have slides. But if it has one shallow slide, some of them go real far, like 3 feet, and some are only half that. Uh, I'd probably settle, be okay with one shallow slide, but I'd rather not have any. There was the pronouncing. Schenectady. Hello, Mark from Arizona. Paul, with the Overland Rigs campers. If that's what I'm thinking of, that's probably more than I'd want to spend. I don't know if I could pull that off. Love the idea though. All right, let me catch up again. If I could buy with money no problem, new or used, which would you choose? If money wasn't an issue, probably used one, like a 2-year-old that had a chance to at least go through. A lot of them come out of the factory and they're right back in for warranty work. This is falling off, that don't work, something else is going on. A whole list of things that go back. Then you're without your vehicle for 6 months because there's a backlog and all that. Something that was 2 years old, maybe been through that whole process. Excuse me. Oh, I was reading. Somebody's talking to Dana. I was like, I thought you was talking to me about going to Twin River. Sorry about that, Janice. A little bit of crosstalk going on here. Yeah, Leah, that would be if there was a sequel to Breaking Bad, Next Generation Bounder, right? $24-foot. I don't know. 24. I don't know. 24. They barely have. The other floor plan I look for is one that has this chair and this table, a workstation in here. When you first come in the door, the shorter ones don't have this, and the 20. I know the 22s don't. The 24s have it, but not the table. I think you get the, like I say, the 26s and up that usually have this set up. Besides Bella, what name of dog is your favorite? I get in trouble. I might get in trouble if I said it might be Olive. Okay? Only because Bella and Olive are such good friends. They play so well together. Come here. Come here. Huh. You like playing with Olive? Come on. Come on. Come on. Up. Come on. Here. Come on. Up. Ooh. He says Bella's not a lap dog, huh? You like playing with Olive? Huh? Where's Olive? Huh? Somebody out there. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Thank you, Bobby. 32 degrees. No, thank you. I hope you have a good Thanksgiving too. A tour of Betty. There is a video. There is a tour of Betty video. You probably have to look last. I don't know. You have to search. I don't know how you find that. Go to the channel, find a search bar, tour. Did that in Craggy Wash. It's a Craggy Wash video from last year, I think. It's titled Craggy Wash and the tour of the video. Heather, oh lovely. Thank you. It's all goes to the RV, the new RV fund. So thanks. For you, those who didn't catch it, all the sticker money, Patreon money, and the super chat money all goes to. I'm going to start saving in a jar or a special account set aside for when it comes time to retire Betty. Could be maybe in the spring. It could happen sooner. It's possible. Thank you, Jane. 45. Hey, Monty, I have no interest in a bus. There is no way I would not do a bus. Too much work. No, thank you. Thank you, Janice. That was yeah, that was such is life. That's tough. Jeff, you didn't miss a lot. The new rigs. I'm just planning ahead. I'm starting to save and think ahead and be prepared to maybe make a move later. I'm not doing anything right now, so there's plenty of time to catch up. Where do you get the name Betty for the RV? I have no idea. I don't know. Betty came to mind and it's not. Mark, mechanical engineering. Pamela, generally speaking, let's see, am I better off buying a rig in the Southwest? Generally speaking, if there's a rig in the South, if you buy a rig that's always been in a dry climate, if it did at some point have a leak, it probably didn't get leaked a lot. Okay, in a desert, this doesn't rain a lot. So, and if it did leak, the air is so dry, it probably dried out. It didn't sit in there rotting for years. It probably dried up in a day or two. So, um, there's that to keep in mind. Maybe if you know of a rig that has really spent most of its life in a drier climate. Of course, the opposite true. Buy something in a wet climate in the Northeast or the Northwest, where it's wet all the time. It gets a leak. The roof and the floor can be ruined in a year or two. I bought my travel trailer was 2008. I made the mistake of not looking at it closer. It was only 5 years old. I thought, what's the chances the roof is going to be bad, only being 5 years old? Well, here it had a soft spot, and it leaked down inside the wall, and one floor up in the main bedroom was already shot. And there was a lot of work to replace that. So there's that. Long time subscriber, first time on your live. Thank you. Adventures in, I don't know how to pronounce that. Things that start with an X are tough. Cindy, traveling to Mexico, I don't know. I thought about getting my documents in order, and Baja seems to be a place that people do. I'd be happy just to go across the border and have lunch. Really? Go to a taco shop in Mexico. I don't know. It's true, Jeff. That's true. On the other side, a lot of people have out in this part where there's a lot of sun damage. A lot of people too. It's have carports and put them under stuff, and it's quite obvious. You'll spot one that has been under a carport and one that hasn't. So burn up the roads. Wait. Dana, let's see. He's not with the tribe right now. What I missed? No. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not with the tribe right now. Kind of went on my own way, going on a little adventure tour, and I'll meet up with them at a later time. I don't know if it'll be before Thanksgiving or not. I was in Oklahoma one time, Dawn, some years ago, and it was not for a good reason. So I hope to revisit. Or did I travel through again on my way out here? I don't know. I drove so fast this time. Hello, Mary. Xanadu. Okay. Hello, Gracie. 607. 600. Okay. What is my work on the road? I do mechanical design work, Joseph. RV Davy, the RV is running fantastic as usual. We come out a long highway out through Nevada today, and Steady as she goes. She's been really, really good. I've been really lucky with this RV. Alexis R, how good are the potluck dinners? They make me hungry. You know how good they really are? Really? You want the truth? When they're small, they're fantastic. You know, get 8, 10 people, max, maybe a couple more. They're great. We get a big, large gathering, you know, dishes are late and cold, and the bigger, kind of the messier, the less organized, the harder it is to organize. So the small ones always work out great and they're really good. Burning up the roads to contact me. She wants a good used bounder. Well, Betty's pretty good, so if she catches up to me somehow, she's welcome to have a look at it. Hi, the long last road trip. Oh, the long last road trip. I have to look your channel up. So, hello, Marcia. I'll copy that real quick and do that later. Pamela's fasting. Pamela is fasting. Cut the food talk, please. All right, everybody. Oh, what's going on outside? Nothing's going on outside. Nothing to see out there. I'm in a casino parking lot. There's a gas station. There's an interstate behind me. There's a railroad on that side of me. Truck parking over there. So if there's stuff going on outside and noise as well, I'm in a busy place right now. Oh, it's not very. It's actually pretty quiet here at this time of day. Dave, did you call Betty Piano? I had not. Betty will be fine. Betty will be fine. R. McNasty, new RVs need a roof every 2 years. No, new RVs have a lifetime guarantee on their roof. But you have to read the fine print. That's providing they are inspected every year and conditioned, resealed. They need to be looked at by every year by a certified or however that goes. But they have like a lifetime guarantee. But people see that they don't read the fine print, or the salesperson don't tell them the fine print on there. Just to sell the RV, they say, "Oh, lifetime warranty on the roof." People say, "Oh, good, I never have to do anything with it. I just buy this thing and then have to worry about it." Well, it's like a year or two or three, the thing's leaking, and they wonder what's going on, and the warranty is void because they don't have the document that says they did have it inspected in condition. So there's that. Where am I at? How am I doing? We're coming up on 50 minutes. Patty White. Dave, you seem awfully interested in the old town with the ladies of the night that I stopped twice. I get a kick out of that because, who hasn't watched old westerns at some point, right? The brothels back in the day, the way, the old West used to be. And to be out in Nevada where it's legal, I mean, the rules are they're allowed in certain areas, kind of out of the way areas, not right downtown, in your face sort of establishments. They're kind of try to keep on the low down sort of places. Yeah, I read about that one time. I just find it fascinating because it's just like a part of the old West kind of is still with us today. Mad Zub heard about me a few times from Camo Dave. Yeah, he snoops around my channel a little bit once in a while. Kind of creepy. I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. Oh, there goes a rig. Everywhere but Vegas. I think any major, well, Vegas might be the only big city. Yeah, I can't think of any major cities in Nevada, other than Las Vegas, really. Great aunt ran a brothel back in the day in New Hampshire. Is he blushing? Who blushing? Me? Talking about the brothels? I could be. It's funny. Ah, Dana, be nice. He might have used to been back in a while back, but he's changed his tone lately. How did the oil change go? What oil change, Jay? Betty's due. I picked up stuff today. I'm gonna change my own oil out in the road. I have a container, and I can do it neatly, and then uh, pour it back in the bottles when I'm done, and then take it to the auto parts store and recycle it. But I got new oil filter and oil today. Somewhere I'm gonna change my own oil here. Thank you, Deborah. Oh, the generator set. I just changed it to just a couple of days ago, actually, before I left. Changed the generator oil. Okay, Gracie. Kim, that you know what I know you're asking about the what I did to Betty, the front end to keep it more stable. The front end from wondering. You have a 33 foot. Betty's 34. Same thing basically. Wonders I want to get a handle on it. Well, the thing is, there's only so much you can do. There are upgrading parts you can buy upgraded uh, front end suspension parts that can improve a little bit. But to me, it comes down to me replace what's worn. You get it all fresh again. Make it like it should be. If it needs ball joints, tie rod ends, shock absorbers, steering stabilizers, have that front end inspected professionally and properly. And you probably won't get that done just anywhere. Probably more at a truck shop because these are built on commercial truck chassis. So you need to go to a qualified place. Make sure everything on the front end is not worn. When you have new shocks and everything and steering stabilizers, that's about as good as it's going to get. It's a big truck. It'll never drive like and then it's this big sided truck and winds and it'll never drive like your car or your SUV or something. So it's kind of even in best case scenario, brand new, they're a little bit of a handful. So keep that in mind. There's nothing you can buy to make them not what they are. Okay. Mm, give me a second. I gotta. Oh, Todd, thank you. Good to see you today. Stop by Mesquite on your way back. Mesquite where? Um, Mesquite what? Nevada, California. Um, but thank you, Todd. That like I say, this all goes into the new RV fund. I am saving for Betty's retirement. Why not just fix Betty? Because I don't want it. Because I really never wanted a Class A. It was the situation at the time. The Tioga was starting to have structural issues. The walls were starting to bow, the floor was bowing. Something bad was going on with that, and there was no. Once they start getting like to a certain point, there's no. You'll never make it right again. And really, for the money I had at the time, down in Florida, it seemed like used Class A's were a dime a dozen. Uh, I couldn't have got half the Class C at that time in that area for what I paid for Betty. So I thought I'll give the Class A lifestyle a chance, and it's just bigger and bulkier, uh, and I missed the overhead storage, and I missed the shorter, being a little bit more mobile, and there's just some things I prefer Class C. It's what I want, and I just want to retire Betty while she still has a lot of life left in her, and she's worth something. So there. Oh, whoa, whoa! Did I almost miss? Whoa, 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 whoa! John in Tucson, thank you very much. I appreciate all the live chat money and well, all of the sticker money and the Patreon. I love all the. I really appreciate. You know, just don't know all the channel support. It it it's hugely appreciated, and all this is going to the RV fund. I hate to keep repeating myself, but um, use the cheaper item roof out temple. Right? Just get a van. No, not interested in van life. Although I seen one today that sometimes I'll see one that catches my interest that makes me consider it. Um, the only way I do a van, I will not buy a van to build out. I won't. Um, if I got a Class B, an older Class B, that had all the RV systems and tanks and had a shower and a stove, refrigerator, and all that, I would get a high top that you can stand up in. That's the only way I'd consider doing a van. I will never, I never say never, but I really don't think I'm not interested in a van thing. RV Navy, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Um, oh, I didn't see Karen and Susan. I didn't see you come here. Okay. Yeah, you. Yeah, and some people prefer the truck campers, um, and that works. Some people prefer it this way. Some people prefer it that way. Some people like apartments. Some people like houses. Some people like I mean, it's all in your preference. We get a Class C with slide outs. Uh, hopefully not. I'd rather not have the extra moving parts to go wrong and seals to leak. Uh, maybe if it has one. Converted ambulance. I don't want any conversions. I want an RV. I want a motorhome. It came that way from the factory. I'm not interested in a bus conversion, ambulance conversion, a van build. I'm not interested. I want a motorhome. Mm, no, Michelle. That's right, Dandy Dan. That's right. Bruce, I have. I've looked into that. Have you thought of a used Class C from Cruise America available from multiple restoration sites? Those all have, they retire them after they get so many miles on them. And I've never seen, they sell them after they have about 120, 130,000 miles on them. So they've already run up in mileage. But they're still good for a lot more, but they figure they're going to replace their fleet, keep their fleet fresh. They know about that point they're going to start. Some will start having some issues. Are they worth keeping on the fleet? Are they cost effective? So they pick their self when the right time to sell those are. Um, those are also usually the model is the who makes them, the Thor, is it Thor or who makes those? But the Majestic. Okay, that's the model number, and that's the bottom line. That's the low entry level, most generic, with the most cheapest possible stuff. Those are designed for that rental companies to use as rentals. So they put cheap interior, cheap seats, cheap cushions, cheap window coverings, cheap floor. I mean, everything's cheap about them. So no, I don't want one. I don't want one of those. Toy hauler would be nice. Thor, yeah. I think that's who makes them. Oh, I know. They're living the RV local life. I forget your first name. I remember you though. Hope you're doing well. And you're from Texas. Was from Florida. Something. I think you're from Texas. How's that big aircraft carrier doing in your pool? That's a giant. That is a giant rig. Luxurious. Nice. The Class A conversion. Dave, why not a Class A conversion? What is a Class A conversion? Or wait, Dave, why not? Oh, I'm sorry. I misread that. Dave, why not a conversion? It's just, it's a lot of work. I don't want to, I've had my share of projects. And when I do take on a project, they're not, I'm not a carpenter. Um, I'm not a framing carpenter. I'm not a finished carpenter. It'll look all generic and it'll be all generic. And I don't want to have to hire or pay somebody to do something that would look nicer than what I would do. And plumbing, I could probably plumb something like that, but tanks, how do you put waste tanks in a van that wasn't designed for it? And I'm not interested in compost toilet and that sort of thing, or the bucket method, any of that. I want regular uh, utilities that a house, apartment would have. Renee, that's it. Hello, Renee from Texas. Yeah, next video. Okay, Baba, I'll see you. Sorry, I'm lagging behind again. And how long have we been doing this? I need to keep an eye on the time. It's over an hour. I know it. Oh no, it's almost exactly an hour. Gracie, we can go a little bit longer, but we're gonna cut it short here in a little bit. Excuse me. What is my gasoline bill for a week? When I drove across from Pennsylvania to Arizona, I don't know, it's pretty high. But now that I'm out here, um, it varies how much you travel. This past week, I only drove up from, we sat still pretty much in Lake Havasu, and now I'm up in Nevada. I mean, it's half a tank of gas, not even quarter tank of gas or so. So, 40, $50. But that can change when I decide to get on the move real quick. I don't trust anyone that says trust me. No, jewelry, no, not for me. I could short term or in a pinch, but pinch, no pun intended. No, Alexis, I'm not going to turn into a pumpkin, but I think these live streams can start getting, running a little, I don't know, long and start boring people. And the thing is, it's only 6:30 here where I'm at in Nevada, but I'm still on Eastern time because my other work that I do, I'm usually up early. I'm up, way before the sun is. So 6:30, it feels more like 9:30 to me. And looking at the computer screen all day between planning my trip, looking at things at Gas Buddy, the weather, checking on the YouTube channel, and live streaming, editing video. After looking at the screen for enough hours in a day, and it starts getting late, you know what? My eyes start saying they want to check out and say, you know what? You can stay up if you want, but we're going to bed. Let me see. Yeah, bus 6665. I do know how to pronounce that. That is Katanning. Okay. It's back in my neck of the woods. I want to say one more thing here about Panda. Somebody mentioned it. I'm glad you did. Um, Dandy Dan, I don't know what your original comment was. Janice says, "Yeah, Panda's a tired old girl. She is." But I know from driving Panda, I do want to say this about Panda, and I actually meant to. I was thinking about making a video about it. Um, a lot of people have their opinion about Panda. That's never been in it, never rode in it, and just because she's cosmetically not real perfect. Um, they just call her a piece of junk. Just needs to go to the junkyard. Why do you even bother? I just junk that old thing. You know what? After driving it, yeah, the engine is tired. Needs a new engine. It drives nice. It's not full of rattles and squeaks, and it doesn't sway and bounce, and it's not doing all this weird stuff. It's still a solid rig. And to me, after having used rigs, I could put a fresh engine in it. It has new brakes, new tires, new radiator, blah blah blah, some stuff. Could it use an interior remodel and freshened up? Yes. Could it use, same thing on the outside? Yes. But as far as it falling apart and really being junk, ready for the scrapyard, in my opinion, no. I think it's still a solid rig, worthy of somebody that wanted a project. Okay. Panda is a lazy days. No, I'm not. I thought about that. Am I considering buying Panda? Maybe I should make an offer on Panda, right? But it's only 22 foot, and I do want something a little bit bigger. And just like building something out, I'm really not. I really don't feel like having to do a complete remodel. That's a lot of work. A wrap will do it. Yeah. Joy, you're watching this on your big TV from the Smoky Mountains. Can you tell? You can probably see my bloodshot eyes. I'm getting tired better than people watching on a small screen. Huh? All right. I'm really. No man's trading. You're really curious about my generator. I should probably put a. There's videos where I did that, and I should probably put that together in a playlist and then add it to the front page of the channel, so those are easier to find. But it has worked out very well. It didn't come up short. It's very convenient. I push a button, it comes on. I do what I need to do. Push a button, it turns off. So it worked out really good. I'll try to organize those videos and here the next day or two get a playlist. Right, free to travel. Panda doesn't have any delamination. That's the other thing. The sides, the outside of the walls are straight. Okay, it's not coming apart because of leaking water. There's no delamination. So there are 4x4 Class C's. There is such a thing. That'd be nice. Nice money too. Okay, Chris. Thanks for joining us. Let me see if I can try to wrap this up now. I said that 5 minutes ago. Good to see you. Thank you, Michelle. Alpha Pop. Let's see. Cheryl made it. You're watching on your phone. Cheryl from Texas. Oh, I watched all three of the Cars videos, or the Cars movies. And you're right, the third one is the best. I subscribed to Disney Plus. All the Cars movies are available on that, so I watched those and some other old, some older Disney favorites I wanted to watch. The old, the original 1961 version of 101 Dalmatians with the cartoon thing with the Cruella Deville and everything. I don't know, old childhood memory. I enjoyed that. All right, Dana linked one of the generator videos, but there's there's 3 or 4 of them in a row. I'll make a playlist to try to put them in order. Quick ice reviews. Thank you very much. Thank you. Get some rest. I'm getting tired too. All right, everybody. Thanks. I'm working on another video. I don't know if it'll be out tomorrow or Monday, and then we got some things down the road here I've already got lined up, so we hope to have some interesting content coming soon. All right. Where's the end of the live stream button? Okay, I got my mouse on it. I'm ready to click it and end it. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thanks everybody for that did the money thing and pitched in. That's the new RV fund. Thank you, everybody. And again, thanks. Night. Thank you. Right. Do I want to end? Bye.